It was mind-blowing, bro. It was mind-blowing to be in the studio with somebody that you look up to, and this guy's looking at my talent and he's blown away by it. And I went from 0 to 100 really, really quick. The birth of Mr. Lee, that's when I became Mr. Lee.
I got drank by the paint.
So I ended up going from pretty much like a stray cat sitting around to a guy that was starting to work. Yeah. And all of the achievements that I had and just everything that I've done over those 10 years that I was on the run. We're talking about a guy that was my friend. It's bittersweet for me because we had so many plans to do so much more.
It's my nigga Mr. Lee right here, legendary producer. Y'all favorite record, all the feedback I've been getting off the album, I've been saying Blue Laces 2, this the man, James Bernard, Blue Laces 1 and 2. Just ran into my guy right here, man. Mr. Lee, love, legend, you already know. Yeah, appreciate you, bro. How you feeling, good?
Tuesday, April 2nd. So, Mr. Lee, just in general, where are you right now at this moment today with your career and what's happening?
At this moment right now, man, I'm really trying to make sense of losing a friend, a very influential guy in the music business, rapper, top of his game, had a prominent future. Really just trying to make sense of losing my partner, Nipsey Hussle, right now. That's where I'm at right now. My career is kind of already where it needs to be at, but that's what I'm dealing with right now. If you want to say at this point, that's what it would be.
Years ago, a lot of people told me I wasn't gonna make it. Facing 8 years in prison, living life on the run. All I can remember was what my father told me. He said, son, if God is with you, there ain't no way you can lose. I guess he was right. 20 years later, multi-platinum, recognized as one of the greatest in the game. I never thought this could be like this, but I guess it was God's plan. Greatness at my feet, everything I ever dreamed of, I'm having that. Lost a few friends along the way, had a few misunderstandings, but that's how life goes. But I live it with no regrets. I go by the name of Mr. Lee. 20 years, and I'm still standing.
Just all your rap a lot, your real down south hits, man, that was going worldwide at the time. And my brother kept saying, man, that's Leroy, that's Leroy, that's Leroy. They call him Mr. Lee, they call him Mr. Lee. From him, man, that's my boy. We used to do this, we used to do that together. And the whole time, he on the run. You know what I'm saying? And I remember seeing him down 3rd Street, you know, doing his thing. And little did I know that he was getting ready to go make it big and go to Houston on the run.
Then there was a rumor about you being on the run while you were making all these records.
Yeah, I was on the run since the time that I landed in Houston, which was like 1996, all the way to like 2004.
But he was on the runs when he first started out. You know, they had dogs looking for him and everything, and they came to my house looking for him, ATF, FBI. So, pretty scary moment, and they found him, found a driver's license, and they came to my house.
I had a probation violation in Louisiana with a simple burglary case down there, and I had a weed case in Anahuac County that I had, and you know what I mean, I avoided for years. So, you know, the whole time I was doing all of the music that I was doing, I was on the run. I didn't have ID, none of that shit, you know what I mean? It was just survival.
How much of an impact do you think Mr. Lee had in Houston's hip-hop culture?
I think Mr. Lee is a big influence on Houston culture and Houston music. he is definitely behind a lot of the best Houston songs, especially in that era.
I think a great big impact, two of the biggest city people in the city, me and Slim Thug. He's like our main producer, both.
Man, Mr. Lee, man, this man has done so much stuff. I mean, I'm telling you, man, from Scarface to UGK. I mean, this man is like the Dr. Dre of this region here. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people didn't know that this man did all this shit around here. You know what I mean? But Mr. Lee is a monster.
I consider Mr. Lee a living legend. He's definitely a pioneer in the game. I've heard his name for years before I even had a chance of meeting him and everything, and we've become great friends after the fact. We'll talk from time to time about business ventures and everything, but he definitely has brought a lot to the culture here in Houston.
Like a lot of the people from the southern region that, especially from Houston, that went major and platinum, Mr. Lee was behind a lot of these guys, All this shit was Mr. Lee's production. Like, as far as Slim Thug and a lot of his biggest hits, that's Mr. Lee's production.
And I think he had a great impact from the Rap-A-Lot era that he's been through, some of those songs that he made with that Fifth Ward Boys. Lots of music. He's a platinum producer. He's been, and I was glad that he was here, man, because it gave us an opportunity to have a big producer in our backyard of his caliber, which I love all the producers here. You know what I'm saying? When we speaking when I was younger, coming up. We wasn't able to get to the Teddy Rileys and the Jermaine Dupri's and all these different people, but Mr. Lee was our producer of that era.
In an ending statement, what do you want people to take from your music when they look back and hear the Mr. Lee catalog?
I mean, if I had to say a couple of things, it would really be that, anybody has a chance to do something with their life, whether it's music or whatever your craft is. If you put the time into it, then you can achieve it. That's first. Second thing is that I just want people to know that I put my heart and soul in everything that I did. And when you listen to my music, you can feel the feeling of my music. It's just not a track and just say, hey, okay, I just made this beat. If you want to rap on it, here it is, type shit. I put a lot of thought and effort into everything that I've done.